Okay, so we discussed about if condition here, right? And we said
Yeah.
that if you have only one condition, you will have if. If you have two conditions, so you'll have if and else. And if you have more than two condition, you will use elif in between, right? So if you
Yeah.
have five conditions, you'll have if, three elifs, and then one else, right? And
Okay.
if elif will have conditions, else will not have, because else is like default one. Okay, if none of the above is true, then you use else.
Okay.
Okay, and only one condition out of all these conditions will be executed. You can't have multiple values getting executed. Okay,
Okay, got it.
so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about this now. um, okay, and also we discussed that you can have condition inside a condition, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this
Right.
condition will be true only if the outer condition is true, isn't it? If
Yeah.
outer condition is true, only then it will go inside and it will check for this condition.
Got
Okay,
it.
now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this subject one. Okay, now if I run it, okay, I mean you can also print average mark. So print average marks scored is, and you can say AVG marks, right?
Yeah.
And you can run it. So you get 83. 83 is for grade A. Okay, that's why you got grade A. Okay. Okay. Now see, what we've been doing so far in all the 2-3 classes that we had, it was directly assigning value to the variables. But in
Yeah.
reality, you will not have direct value, right? Values will change every time. Now, this program, when you run, every time you run, you get the same output, isn't it? And you don't generally go to program and change the values, right?
Yeah.
Unless until you're talking about constant. If you're talking about small g 9.8 or pi value, right? Those are constant. You can directly give those values. But the values like this has to depend upon the the student, right? Or the the specific teacher who's entering the value. So how do you read from the user? We have seen how to print it on the screen, but how do you read from the user? So we read from user using input function. So input is a function which you read from the user. Now when I run it here, okay, you see the the program is still running. How do you know the program is still running?
Uh,
It did
yeah.
not give the exit code,
Yeah. Right. Okay.
right? If it gives the exit code, that means your program, it has stopped. Okay, but you don't get the exit code. See, a zero means success, minus one or anything means, but you're not getting anything,
Yeah.
right? So the program is still running. Okay, and when a program is still running, okay, why it is still running? Because it is waiting for us to enter a value.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, input means you're waiting for the user to input a value, and I say, whatever, and it continues. Okay, now when you have multiple input, you may forget, or user may not know what value to enter. So input can accept only one parameter. Print could accept any number of parameters, but int will accept input. Input will accept either nothing or at max one parameter. So I can say here, enter the marks in subject one. Okay. Now when I run it, so it says enter the marks in subject one. So now I know, okay, I need to enter marks in subject one. Okay. So this is how you give input. Now why this error? Okay. What happens is when you're giving variable equal to 55, it knows that it is integer. But when you're doing input, how will Python know whether you're trying to enter an input, sorry, you're trying to input a string value or an integer value?
Okay.
It will not know. It will not come to know, isn't it? So for that reason, we have to convert this value into the type that we want. So by default, since Python doesn't know what you want to enter, Python says that, okay, since I don't know what you want to enter, I'll assume that you're entering string. So it assumes that you're entering a string value. The subject one, if I print the type of subject one,
Yeah, it will be string.
it will be string. Okay, class str. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because it converts everything into string. Okay, everything can be converted into string, isn't it? Boolean, float,
Mm-hmm.
integer, everything can be converted into string. That's why it converts into string.
Okay.
Okay, so now, but to add numbers, okay, to add numbers, I need to I need either float or integer, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can say here subject one equal to int of subject one. Okay, so here type is string and here type will become integer. Okay, so initially it is string, but now I convert it into integer. It
Okay.
became integer.
But sir, we didn't enter any value. How it came integer?
We enter value, no, 44. No, we came integer because we converted into integer, right? Here you see int.
Okay.
Int is a function that will convert into integer. So you see the class name, right?
So where is 44 here? We didn't enter
I've
44.
given 44 here. No.
Okay, enter the marks in subject one.
Line number one, input. Input I've given 44.
So, but where that I can't see on the screen the number 44.
You see it. So are you on phone or laptop?
Now on laptop.
You should be able to see bottom sim as output, output
Yeah,
screen.
I'm able to see output 44. But
This is not output 44. I typed 44.
okay, got it.
Input is to type 44. It is not output. Input is input, not output.
Okay, so output here you manually type 44.
That's what
Like
I'm
enter
saying.
the
It
marks.
will enter from the user. See, enter
Mhm.
the marks. It is waiting for me to enter.
Okay.
It will not proceed until I hit enter.
Mhm. So
I
for
can
that we
I
have
can
to
enter
use,
blank also, right? So
mhm.
it will wait till I press enter and then it will read what I have entered.
Okay, got it.
Right? Yes, I entered 55. Okay, it's still waiting because I need to hit enter. The moment I hit enter, it went ahead.
Okay, got it, sir.
Got it? Okay. So this is input.
So,
And
sir, what was the use of us putting integer in for subject one?
because we want number, right? You can't add string. We don't want to add string. We want to
Okay.
add integer values, numbers.
Okay.
And input by default will take string.
Okay.
Input by default will take string. So we need to convert it into integer.
Got it, sir.
Okay. This is it in the condition. Okay.
Mhm.
Will you practice few more examples on your own before we meet in the evening?
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah,
can
sure, sir.
practice and if you have any question, you can share your screen and we can discuss.
Okay, sir.
Okay, perfect. Next thing is we'll talk about loops. Loops is to repeat. Loop is to repeat. Okay. So I want to say, okay, print hello. I want to print this hello 10 times.
Mhm.
So one option is you copy paste 10 times, print, 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 print. Second option is you put it in a loop. Okay.
Okay.
Loop is to repeat the given set of lines of code. Now there are two types of loops. Okay. Oops, sorry. One is called for loop.
Okay.
Another is called, what's that?
While.
Yes. For loop and while loop. In for loop, okay, we use it when we know how many times to execute. Okay, we don't know how many times, but we know condition till when. Okay, I'll give an example here. Now let's say you ask me, where is the university? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I have two ways to answer you. Okay, one way I will say, keep walking in this direction for a kilometer and you will see on the left side the university building.
Okay.
You keep walking for next 1 kilometer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, you will see a building on the left side. So in this case, you will keep on walking. You will see the distance. You take one step, see the distance. Take another step, see the distance. Take another step, see the distance. Now exactly 1 kilometer. That's when you turn and see. Okay, so this water building you see, you will assume that's a university building.
Okay.
Correct. Second option is, I'll tell you, keep walking in the direction till you see a red building. Till you see.
Okay. So now he is not telling the kilometers.
No,
Yeah.
it's telling you the condition. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Till you see a red building. Till. Okay. Now, what happens if there is no red building?
Then the person will keep on walking.
Yeah, you will keep on walking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. That is the problem when you are using
Mm-hmm.
second one, the while.
While.
Okay. So while is when you give a condition.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing it till you see a condition. Loop, for loop is used when you know how many times. I know 1 kilometer. What is the problem if the building is not at 1 kilometer? If it is
Then,
900 meters or 100, 1100 meters, 1.1 kilometers, then what happens?
then still the person won't get the building.
You won't get the building, you'll
1
come back,
kilometer. Yeah.
right? Oh, no, there's no. Maybe, it is just one more step, but since you are told to go only 10 steps, you'll go only 10 steps. 100 steps, you'll go only 100 steps.
Yeah. Right.
Even the answer is only 105, okay, you will still come back. If answer is on 99, still, but you are given 100, you'll go and check 100.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in both these conditions, it is very important to give, you know, to give condition, what is called, get the right condition or right times, how many times you have to execute.
Okay.
Okay. So, so this is the usage. But logically, when you practice more and more, you can see that you can use while loop in place of for loop and for loop in place of while loop.
Okay.
Okay. So you can almost implement all the logic using for loop only or while loop only. But
Mm-hmm.
generally, this is the preferred. Okay, when you know how many times, it is
For
for loop. When you don't know, but you know the condition.
while.
Okay, while. So let's take an example of for loop. Okay, now syntax. This is the introduction. Now I'm going to tell you the syntax. Okay, after the syntax of if. So if condition, okay, and
Yeah.
then you have colon,
Okay. Yeah.
right? Can we add multiple conditions in if?
Yeah. Right. We can have
How?
by putting if again.
We can put using and or,
Yeah.
right? By putting and or, you can put multiple conditions. But remember, the evaluation has to be one. You cannot have true comma false. It
Mm-hmm.
has to be either true or false only. So
Okay.
when you say average mark condition and some condition or some condition and some condition or some condition, you can have many such conditions. Ultimately, it will result into either true or false.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if true, if false, there is no third value. Yes, you can have multiple conditions, but each of those conditions should get evaluated to either true or false. Nothing in between.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry. So how do we give condition for if for? So for I in range 10. Okay. And since this print has to be inside for, I will say print hello inside the for. Okay. So see here. For I in range, it's not one single thing. There are multiple things involved here. For to indicate that I'm going to use for loop. I
Mm-hmm.
is a variable which will keep track how many times you are running. Okay, you said 100 steps, right? So you need someone to count how many steps, isn't it? So
Mm-hmm.
one step, two steps. So I is the one that will count the steps.
Okay.
For I in range 10. Now, in is an operator, just like plus, minus, into, division. In I told you, right, there are some operators we'll discuss later. Some
Mm-hmm.
membership operators. This is one such membership operators in.
Okay.
In actually is used to, if you use it alone, it is used to check if I is present in range or not. So range will have multiple values and it will check if I is say 5. So
Mm-hmm.
I 5 in range 10, if it is present, it will give yes. If it is not present, false.
Okay.
But when you use along with for loop, it will make I to take each value from right hand side. So range will have multiple values and I will take values from range in every step or every iteration we call it.
Okay.
So for we know, I know, and also we know. So
So
each
how
of
is
these
it
are, yeah,
standard here? Like whenever we want to use the loop, we have to start with for I.
for we have to use, and I you can use your own variable, isn't it? But
Okay.
yes, you have to use a variable which will keep track, which will be
So
counted.
instead
You
of
have to
I,
use.
we can use any other variable
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah. Any variable.
Okay. For I in range of 10. Okay.
Yep.
Print hello.
Now range 10, okay, will generate. Range itself is a function that generates values. When you say 10, okay, it
Mm-hmm.
means it will start generating from 0 up to 10, not including 10. Okay. For
Yeah, yeah.
example, if I say range 10 starts from 0 and goes up to 10,
Ne-
up to
yeah.
10,
Okay.
not included 10. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0 to 9 is how many times?
10 times.
10 times. So now when I run it, this will run 10 times. For will make, okay, for will make I take value 0 first, then 1 first, then 2 first, then 3 first, so on, and you will get.
For I in range of 10. So it will run hello 10 times. Is it like that?
Correct.
Okay.
Because for is making I take one value at a time, right? So I will take 0 first, then I will, so when I take 0, it will execute everything inside. The next time I will take 2 and it will execute everything inside. I will take 3 and execute everything inside.
Okay.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
you are executing everything inside.
Okay. For I in range of 10, print hello. So like for I in range of 20, so in that case it will print hello 20 times.
Yeah, 0 to 90.
Okay. Got it, sir.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I'm going to just introduce you to the topic, and I'll talk about while also. And in the night when we meet, we'll talk in detail. Okay, I'll give you more examples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, second thing, while. Okay, while condition. Okay, condition is again, let's say count less than 10. Okay, I'll say here count equal to 0, right? While count less than 0, print hello in while. Okay, you
Okay.
print hello in while. Right?
Will print like hello in while like 10 times. Is it
How do you know it is 10 times?
everything less than 10 means 0 to 9, like 0 to 10.
How do you
Sorry,
know it
0
is 0
to
to
9.
10? No, how do you know it is 0 to 9 or 10?
Because while count less than 10 we said, right? So count is 0 here.
Uh-huh. Count is 0, correct?
So it will print 0 to
So that's
9.
what I'm saying. Where do you know it is printing 0 to 9?
Because our count is equal to 0, right?
No, no. See, I understand count is equal to 0. What I'm saying is, how do you know that it is printing up to 10?
Because we told less than 10, right? Because we know the end value here. And we also said in while we don't know how many times, but we know condition till when.
Correct. No, no,
So we
I'm just
know,
asking, okay, 0, 10, I agree, okay.
yeah.
But how do you know, like, that it is going up to 10?
So because we have already written while count less than 10.
Count less than 10 means what? Is it, um, is it not condition to check?
I didn't get you, sir.
No, is it not condition?
Yeah, it is.
So condition, how will it see? Condition means what? Condition means either it will be true or false.
Yeah.
Correct? Condition means it is either true
Yeah.
or
False.
right. So how do you know it is
Yeah.
going up to 10?
While count, because in if range it print till 10, right, sir?
So we are not increasing the value. It is always now when I run it, okay, you see what happens. Okay, okay. First one after you, right? So it goes on hello. See, count is 0
Mhm.
while count is less than 0. Count is 0, 0 less than 10. Is it true or false?
Count is less than 10. Yeah, it is true.
True. So it goes inside and prints hello in white. Then again goes up. What's the value of count? 0.
0, yeah.
So 0 less than 10. Is it true or false?
True.
So again it prints hello in white. Again goes up. What's the value of count?
Okay, so it will go on printing.
It'll go on printing. That's what I'm saying. Okay. How do you know it is up to 10? So they're checking condition.
Mhm. Okay. So
right?
how can we stop it then? Like it will keep on printing.
Correct, correct. So tell me.
Oh. So if we put count as 11, if count is less than if 11 is less than 10, then
No,
print
so we
again.
have to increase the count value, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
We have to increase the count value. So, okay, we have to go here and say count equal to count plus 1. Okay, so now count is 0. 0 is less than 10, true. Print hello in while is printed. Now count equal to count plus 1. Now count is 1.
Mhm.
Goes up. 1 is less than 10, true. Goes here, count becomes 2. Goes up, count is 2 now.
Yeah.
Goes down, count is 3. Then count is 4. Then count is 5. So on. Right? The moment it becomes 10, 10 is not less than 10. False.
And time it will stop.
Yes. And then it stops.
Okay. Okay, that's why we said we know condition till when. So for example, we know we have to get output 55.
Yes.
For example, 55. So it will print till, but still it will print till 10 only, right, sir?
Ah, it will print on it, and that's what we want. No.
Okay.
You can change the numbers based on your requirement, isn't it?
So what if, okay, I'll try it later.
Yes. So we'll stop here.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
I want you to try as much as you can, and we'll see in the evening. We'll probably have more examples of loops if you're clear with if condition.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if by evening if we complete, then tomorrow we can focus on advanced data structure tomorrow evening. Okay,
Okay.
advanced data structure, we'll talk about list, tuple, dictionary, and string also.
Okay, sir.